If everyone in the stadium would please stand for the South High School graduating class of 2021.
Then I can remove my mask. My name is Nolan Quigley. I'm the senior class president and your master of ceremonies for today. I want to welcome all of our guests to South Anchorage High School's 2021 graduation ceremony and thank Dr. Bishop and board member Lezens for joining us on stage today. Please stand for the presentation of colors by South's JROTC members Logan Custer, Quinn Jameson, Reagan Baldwin, Lydia Conrad, Chaska Carter, and Vanessa Trejo Hernandez. Following the presentation of colors will be the pre-recorded national anthem performed by senior members of South's Choir, accompanied by seniors William Murphy, Madeline Fouts, Maeve Settle, and Carly Schmutz. Thank you, South High JROTC, and those seniors who performed the national anthem. Now our Indian Education Community Counselor, Ms. Stephanie Moses, will offer our land acknowledgement.
Hello everyone, welcome to our graduation ceremony. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge with great gratitude the Dena Ina, or more commonly known as the Dena'ina people, both past and present, who have lived on these lands since before Anchorage was here. May we be good stewards on this land. Chinin.
Thank you, Ms. Moses. I would now like to ask our principal, Dr. Allman, to come to the podium to offer some opening comments.
And feel free to be seated. We don't need you to stand up anymore. What a day we have here today. I just want to express my thanks for everyone getting here this morning, being here in person to celebrate. We've been anticipating this day for a long, long time, and it's really cool to see everyone out, even the folks who are standing. So welcome to the ceremony. I really just want to start today by expressing my gratitude for the South community, really at large. So both South High parents, teachers, coaches, all the mentors out there who are all working in common pursuit of what we're looking at today, which is graduation from high school. We get to actually celebrate that process today when it was in doubt for quite a while. And what you see here would not have been possible without consistent teamwork, a strong sense of selflessness, clear communication, and of course, long-standing patience. The process for planning for this event was started weeks ago, and many of you on the outsides are sitting in chairs that our own staff and students carried out of the school building yesterday. I don't take for granted that I get to work with a team of people who put the team before themselves and are committed to a common cause. At South, we take pride in sticking together, especially when time gets tough. And there's no better example of that priority than today and today's event. With that, I want to thank you all for being here, and I'll ask Nolan to return to the podium to begin the formal part of our ceremony. Thank you.
Please welcome South High School's 2021 Valedictorian, Samuel Ellenwood, to deliver his valedictory speech. In the fall, Sam will attend Middlebury College in Vermont to study neuroscience with future plans to work in the field of neurology.
Good afternoon, everyone. Parents, friends and family, teachers and faculty, and of course all of my fellow graduates of the class of 2021. It's my honor to tell you today that we survived. And I'm not talking about the COVID-19 toilet paper apocalypse, I'm talking about high school. All 4 years of high school. That's an accomplishment no matter who you are, so let's get a round of applause for that. For this speech, I don't want to focus on our past, on our hardships, or the challenges that we've had to overcome. However, I would like to acknowledge them. Our senior year was off to a pretty grim start, with fully online classes and very little opportunities to socialize like seniors should. I know that many students among us struggled with depression, anxiety, or loneliness throughout the past year. But despite these challenges, we were still able to reconvene with our friends and our classmates as quarter, and we're still here today at a wonderful graduation ceremony. Despite these challenges, I was still able to witness our athletes and our sports teams win championship after championship, and our students thrive in one of South's most academically competitive classes. I won't offer you advice today. It's worth neither your time nor mine to hear the ruminations of an 18-year-old. So many people can give better advice than me, people who are older, more experienced, or more educated than I. But I would like to share 3 things that I personally found helpful in high school, and I'll tell you them in the form of a seemingly irrelevant but very Alaskan story. When I was quite little, my friends and I had this fort in the woods that we liked to hang out at. We didn't build it, but we liked to think that we contributed to it. One day when we were there, sitting at the top of the fort, my friend thought he heard something. Of course, none of us believed him, and it wasn't until a huge black bear and her cubs came sprawling out of the woods that we started to panic. Now, being Alaskans, we knew exactly what to do in the case of a bear encounter. But being young boys, we ignored all of it and stayed absolutely silent. So, after about an hour of waiting and watching a hungry black bear and her cubs gobble down all of our snacks, we ran to the nearest road and flagged down a car to call home. So what I learned from this experience is the following. First, have a good group of friends, companions who can support each other, learn from each other, and grow from each other. When you find friends like this, it's important to care for them and listen to them. Listen to them, especially when they tell you they hear a noise in the woods, because it might be a black bear. I'm proud to say that all the friends who are there and who remember this story are still great friends and are also all here today. Second, have a happy place. A place to go where you can escape from your stressors, relax, be creative, or find inspiration. For us as kids, it was a fort in the woods, but it doesn't have to be a physical place. It can be as simple as your home or even a place in your mind. Lastly, don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes we find ourselves stuck in difficult situations in life, and nobody on this planet is perfectly independent. When we're struggling, it's important that we reach out to a friend or to family for help. Or sometimes flag down a random car to help us call our parents. To conclude, I'd like to thank a few people. My parents for their endless support, but also for an independent childhood that led to hundreds of learning opportunities. My brother, extended family, and grandparents for their support and for all the time that I've spent and that I will spend with them. My friends, the people that I've grown up with, and my girlfriend for making my youthful years in Alaska and my time here at South extraordinary. And finally, all of the rest of the graduating class for creating such an amazing high school experience. Thank you all for coming to witness this very special day. Congratulations, happy graduation, and the best of luck to the South Anchorage High School graduating class of 2021.
Thank you, Sam. I would like to introduce the next speaker, Grayson Shaw. Grayson was chosen by our class to speak today, and he is also our salutatorian. Grayson will attend Pomona College in Claremont, California for a double major in history and psychology. In the future, Grayson plans to attend law school and would like to work as a public defender.
See if the wind doesn't get me first. Good morning, South Anchorage High School class of 2021 graduates. I am beyond grateful and glad that despite everything that has happened in the last 400 days of our bizarre lives, we were, against all odds, able to come and be together on this day. Before I begin my speech, I would be wrong to not mention the massive loss our community has faced recently, and that is of the tragic passing of one of our very own staff members, Mr. Reiser. I never personally had him as a teacher, but you would be hard-pressed to find anyone in this whole school who didn't have a story or an inside joke because of Mr. Reiser. We all deeply miss you and are heartbroken you can't be with us today. As a kid growing up, my family always had an artist that we would listen to named Watsky. He was a rapper, but he always felt like more of a poet than a musician to any of us because of his incredibly skilled and poetic lyrics. One of his lyrics that has stood out to me the most in these past recent years is the opening line of his song titled Tiny Glowing Screens Part 2. It goes, quote, "There are 7,046,000,000 people in the world, and most of us have the audacity to think that we matter." Admittedly, this quote seems pretty dark on its surface, and as cliche as it sounds, we all live on a floating rock out in space and have the audacity to get frustrated at a traffic light for not turning green after 15 seconds. It is really easy to feel as if you are small in the world. Even if these feelings are present in your life, there is a distinct difference between feeling small and feeling insignificant. Every single person in this graduating class has a reason to feel significant. The range of skills, abilities, and passions throughout the entire class is wholly unique and is reason enough to feel significant because it is applied to everyone on a personal level. In this class alone, we have won multiple state championships and countless individual awards that range throughout physical and mental competitions. There is another unique characteristic to this class that sets us apart from other schools in the state, and actually the nation. Every single one of us is a fighter, and no matter the fight, we will keep fighting until we can't anymore. In this past year alone, we've been forced to redefine our very existence thanks to COVID-19, continue to excel academically and personally, and still find time for every other event that makes our lives significant out of waking up, eating 3 meals, and going back to bed. All of us have been knocked down, and every single one of us, without fail, have risen one more time than we've fallen. The beauty of life and of this eternal fight is that every fighter has a different opponent every day that we defeat without fail. For some of us, working a 9-to-5 to provide for our families will be our fight, and for others, the act of waking up in the morning will be the biggest fight of the day. Fortunately for us, these fights are all valid in themselves and don't reduce any of our struggles because our fights aren't the same. The hardest part, of course, is what to do next. Once again, the beauty of life is that none of us will have the same plan as another. We all must use the unique skills present among us and apply it to the obstacles that we will face in the future. Unfortunately, high school is not the beginning of the end, rather it is the end of the beginning. We have not reached the summit of the mountain, but we did just complete one of the steeper parts. From now on, we are, as far as the law is concerned, adults, but the process of growing up isn't done. Some of us have finished our academic careers, and some of us won't be out for another 8 years. Even more of us may never leave the school and simply become the teachers we see surrounding us. Regardless of everybody's individual path, we all must understand that we are significant individuals. No matter how hard life gets, we all have a reason to be here and win another fight. If there is one thing to take away from my speech today, is that we must wake up every day with the audacity to believe that we matter. I am personally proud of every single member of this graduating class, and to finish, a statement I have said once and will say 10,000 times more. Debate is a real sport. Thank you.
Thank you, Grayson. The class of 2021 chose South High School history teacher, Mr. Todd Houston, to be today's keynote speaker. Mr. Houston is a born and raised Alaskan and a graduate of Anchorage School District. He graduated from Chugiak High School. He holds bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Alaska. His teaching career spans 22 years with ASD and 25 years as an adjunct professor of history at the University of Alaska, Anchorage. He has promoted civics education as a mentor teacher around the United States for 17 years and worked to promote democracy in the Russian Far East with Russian educators. He has been a student government advisor and a class advisor for multiple graduating classes. He has coached competition civics for the We the People program and is currently the head flag football coach at South Anchorage High School and track and field coach.
Sorry, Lou, assistant track coach. Wow. So I've been here 17 years and on this field a long time, and I have to say I've seen a lot of fortune and glory on this field, but this is probably one of the most glorious moments I've ever seen at South Anchorage High School. So you have to see it from this perspective, guys. It's amazing. Okay, welcome to families and guests, school administration, board members, faculty members, but above all, welcome to and congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. I'd first like to say on behalf of my puppy, Doug, she says woo woo woo, and wants to give a shout out to Chloe and Josie for helping pick her human for her. So anyway, as a faculty member chosen to give you your valediction on behalf of the South Anchorage Wolverines, it is my honor and humble privilege to say farewell to you all. I cannot help but be overwhelmed by the juxtaposition of looking out into the sea of hundreds of live persons as I speak. Just a couple of months ago, it was into a sea of black Zoom screens, or bleary-eyed AP Gov students condemned to an 8 a.m., 1-hour-long Houston lecture on federal election funding laws. This is, indeed, crazy contrasting experience, one I'm just going to add to the existential weirdness of this whole year. But in trying to compile a few short words of what to say in this strange and befuddling year, I, like many of you, struggle with how I'm going to look at this year. Humor seems to be the best tonic to deal with it, but we should not forget that we had anxiety and tragedy that many of us felt along the way. And I think it's important that there should be no single, most appropriate way for us to look at this year. Whatever you felt this past year, whatever emotional roller coaster you've gone through on a daily basis, all of that's okay, because it's your experience. And it's that experience which will guide you on your continued journey, of which today is just one small but very significant step. And you've taken so many significant steps over the last 4 years. You survived Weedgate, where the local greenhouse eliminated metric tons of cannabis plants down there, with the smell wafting up to South. And every single South teacher was running around the building convinced every one of you were smoking pot. You survived that crazy earthquake on November 2018 when the world shook and reminded us that, yep, we all live in Alaska. You're the first senior class to lose 2 proms and 2 homecomings. You became the first senior class not to cheat your way to a SOBOS victory. We won championships in boys and girls football in the same season. No school had ever done that before. In fact, your class won so many state championships that I actually think the only thing preventing you from world domination was a global pandemic. Therein lies the most tragic story, though, that we teachers have when we think of the class of 2021. I know I speak for the faculty when I feel cheated that we lost a whole year of sharing these experiences with you. All those small moments around the class instruction that defined our admiration for your class, and certainly not taking anything away from your remarkable academic achievements of your class, which are indeed formidable. It's with a crashing wave of melancholic nostalgia that I feel when I look out at so many of you that I've gotten to know over the years. There's that melancholy I'm going to get to feel when I can't laugh at any of you for being thrown out of my neighbor's class in the H Hall. Those times when you all got to point out how I'm a walking cautionary tale of arrested development. Knowing that somewhere in Australia there's a quokka that is happier on Rat Island because we adopted it our sophomore year. Sharing ridiculous Coyote Peterson Pain Index challenging clips with you, or trying to suddenly indoctrinate you that 80s heavy metal music band were the pinnacle of human artistic achievement. All those hours that I got to coach you, root for you, laugh with you, cry with you, are all part of that rich tapestry that made our shared experiences so meaningful and make today so bittersweet. But as your faculty speaker, I would be remiss if I did not impart upon you some advice as you commence your journey outwards. This pandemic has given us lots of time for reflection, or watching Netflix, or playing video games. In fact, we were asked to spend a good portion of our calendar year sitting on our couches and watching TV. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I had that one on lockdown. But in this time of TV watching, I mean deep reflection, I did come across some nuggets of advice that I want to share. It's from those great moral philosophers, Jason Sudeikis and Brendan Hunt, that we had the TV show Ted Lasso that came out last year. If I can be forgiven for sharing some of those overarching philosophy called the Lasso Way that I wish to impart upon you, it's this: be a good person, respect others, judge no one. But of course, it's more complex than that application. The challenge is to be egoless, to accept what other people think about you, to allow people to be themselves, and to accept all of our flaws. That's the center of unconditional love. And it's the road to get there that comes from belief. It's a belief in yourself and belief in others. I believe these principles also as well come in play. We should treat people with respect. Every person has value. But treat yourself with respect most of all. When you are asked if it's better to be a lion or a panda, you should say, it's better to be me. You should try to communicate with people, fit them into your daily lives. No person's an island. Everybody needs help at some time. Be a goldfish. A goldfish has a 10-second memory. Do not dwell on your mistakes. Learn from them and let them go. Be understanding. Take some time to feel empathy, to feel what someone else might be experiencing. Be a mentor in life. As Ted says, you know how they say youth is wasted on the young? I say don't let wisdom of age be wasted on you. Never be afraid to share those experiences you have with those who are younger than you. Obstacles can be opportunities. Take difficult situations and make them learning experiences so that's not so bad the next time around. Your teammates, your classmates, your workmates do not need to be best friends with you to be great. Look at Shaq and Kobe. Look at Woody and Buzz Lightyear. A leader does not always have to be a taskmaster. Sometimes being a cheerleader for others is all it takes to be a good leader. You should be curious and not judgmental. Try not to put judgment before understanding. But most importantly, believe. Believe in yourselves, believe in others. This belief is central to hope, understanding, and love. I ask you to be a quintessential leader who mixes optimism, motivation, humor, vulnerability, and love into a powerful tool to make everyone around you the best versions of themselves. So class of 2021, what are you going to believe in? I thank you for honoring me with a final opportunity to say goodbye and leave some hopefully last moment words of inspiration. On behalf of South Anchorage High School faculty and staff, please accept our heartiest congratulations on your achievement celebrated here today. You have our warmest thanks for all the laughs, and yes, heartaches and pains over those years together that you're going to take with you today. Our love, our sweat, our tears, and our hopes and dreams for your future. And if you would indulge in my Irish heritage with one final benediction, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. Farewell and congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Houston. Before we move forward with graduation, we would like to recognize our retirees. Here's Dr. Allman to send them off.
All right, so we were not able to send our retirees off last year, so we want to include both last year's and this year's. If our student government members will make their way back to the sunflower table, we are going to ask each of our retirees to stand when their name is called. We'd like to provide just a little bit of information about their career with us, as well as what their next plans are. And if those retirees would remain standing until we've been able to get through all of them, we will give you a hearty round of applause and a send-off, just as we will with our graduates very soon. So I would like to start with our building plant operator, Carol Saunders. Please stand up, Carol. And I'm going to go off script just a little bit here and just say that Carol was out here when there was not a single chair on this field yesterday, and she didn't leave until every single one of them was sat. And she takes care of us. She makes sure we don't slip on the walks. She makes sure our building looks great, and that leads to great morale. So now I'll return to the script. A hearty thanks, Carol. You make a huge difference. So Carol has worked for the school district for 31 years, and she had 2 children graduate from South. She has 8 grandchildren and plans to move to North Carolina to relax, enjoy grandkids, fish, and open her own art business. She has been at South since it opened in 2004. She enjoyed being a part of this Wolverine family. Carol feels that retirement is bittersweet. She loves the students, staff, and parents, but it's time to turn the page and start a new chapter. She is taking many great memories from South with her and hopefully leaving some behind. Thank you, Carol Sanders. Congratulations on your retirement. Next up, we'd like to recognize Laurel DePilatus. Laurel has been a longtime chemistry teacher here, and I always enjoy going into her classroom on lab days. So we get to turn things colors, start small fires, and do all kinds of fun things. Laurel graduated from Stanford University in 1984 with a master's in education and a master's in biology. In 1983, she received her bachelor's in human biology from Stanford. Mrs. DePilatus began her teaching career at East High School, where she taught science from 1984 until 1990. From 1990 until 2000, she had a break in service to be a stay-at-home mom to her 2 kids. She returned to teaching in 2000 and taught science at Service until South opened in 2004, and that is where she's been teaching ever since. Mrs. DePilatus' retirement plans include grandma support to her 2 new grandbabies, Symphony Hope and Ezra Ray, and supporting an aging parent. Of course, she also plans to travel. Destinations include Australia, Austria, and Boston. The rest is left to be determined. Congratulations, Laurel. Next up is Mr. Bob Kern. Mr. Kern has been teaching for 29 years, with 28 of those years being in the Anchorage School District. Mr. Kern plans to continue working in real estate and enjoying his grandchildren with his wonderful wife, Audrey. One of the great blessings of his life has been being able to teach and coach countless wonderful young adults, meet with so many caring parents, and associate with hundreds of amazingly talented and dedicated colleagues. This has made coming to work each day truly rewarding. And we'll miss you too, Mr. Kern. Congratulations. And now we will go to our previous year retirees. Mr. Backstrom is in the house. He's at the end of a row somewhere. Go ahead and stand up, Mr. Backstrom. Mr. Backstrom retired in December. At that time, he had taught 33 years, beginning in Dutch Harbor in 1988, and was one of the originals at South. Currently, he is working on climate change as an advocate and activist and is still exploring where that could go. He hopes it will get into school somehow. Since retiring, he has done a lot of skiing and projects. His bucket list goal is to see Europe and ski the haute route from Mont Blanc, France to Zermatt, Switzerland through the Alps. He would also like to go to Europe to follow the Nordic Cup circuit and watch the races. Congratulations, Mr. Backstrom. And last but certainly not least, Mr. John Stuhler is with us. Mr. Stuhler retired in 2020, but we wanted to make sure that we recognized him here today since there wasn't a ceremony last year. Mr. Stuhler was at South the year it opened and taught at Bartlett before coming here. Since retiring, he has been remodeling his house, biking, skiing, and of course, fishing. He also spends a considerable amount of time with his family. Congratulations, Mr. Stuhler. And if we could give a big round of applause for all of our retiring teachers this year. We wish them all well in their future endeavors, and we hope that you will come back to South anytime you'd like. Now, I would like to turn the microphone back over to Nolan, who will offer some final thoughts to his class, as well as to begin the process leading to the official recognition of the South Anchorage High School class of 2021. Nolan?
Thank you all for coming today to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2021. I'm honored to be here on stage speaking for my class today. I wanted to start off by thanking my older brother, Wade Quigley. My brother graduated from South in 2018, and in the summer of 2019, he completed his plebe training at the U.S. Naval Academy, commencing his 9-year commitment to the United States Navy. It was only 6 months prior that I realized he was the best friend and best role model I would ever find. Before then, tomahawking DVD cases at each other's heads and sprinting figure eights in hot pursuit around the living room, then the dining room table, then the living room, then the dining room table could describe our relationship. But the reason I bring up my brother Wade is not to tell you the horror stories you don't hear about the Quigley boys. It's because without his guidance, tutoring, and mentoring, I wouldn't be the same person standing here on stage today. With that being said, I urge you, my peers, to think of someone that you can say something similar about and reach out to them today to thank them. Today should be a day not only for thanks, but also to reflect. What was my first day of high school like? Personally, I left my phone with my class schedule 30 miles from South at home in Girdwood. The accomplishments and adversity the class of 2021 has overcome in the last year goes beyond those of any previous class. Beginning last March, COVID-19 forced students worldwide to adapt their learning techniques and reshape long-standing studying habits. Everyone here today has conquered likely one of the biggest obstacles you'll face in your life. Given that, I believe that every one of my classmates has the ability to make great change in the world. I'd like you to walk away from graduation feeling that you've got the world in your reach, able to achieve anything you set your mind to. Please welcome South High School's principal, Dr. Luke Allman. Dr. Allman will take us through the recognition of the class of 2021.
Thank you, Nolan. Graduates, we're almost there, but before presenting you to Dr. Bishop, I want to take just a few more moments of your time to comment on your resilience and your ability to tolerate the breakdown of old patterns on which our system is built. Most years, graduates in your seats would have had a pretty predictable path to graduation. Their junior and senior years would have been marked by the normal rites of passage, which have been removed from you. You did not have that luxury. Instead, you've been faced with almost constant change, where old patterns could no longer be relied upon, and where certainty was shattered. In response, you could have chosen to get mired in frustration. Instead, whether through the force of your own will or from just the lack of a better option, you move forward, despite the constant obstacles and change. There is a payoff for enduring all of those obstacles, and that will be a smoother transition to life after high school. In the immediate wake of previous graduations, your predecessors were forced to learn how the world after high school doesn't provide much structure or predictability. You are different based on your experience. When you arrive on campus or at basic training or on the first day on your new job, your adjustment period will be less shocking because you have already been forced to adapt to ever-changing circumstances. For me, your class has come to embody Ernest Shackleton's family motto, by endurance, we conquer. That's because together, you have made your way through so much to be sitting here today together to be congratulated and recognized as high school graduates. I encourage you to apply your well-earned resilience and tenacity to whatever you believe is most important and valuable in your lives, and that will be different for each of you. That's a choice you are now entitled to make as a high school graduate, or I should say soon-to-be graduate. I'm confident that your collective efforts will make the world a more positive, more innovative, and more humane place to live. So with that, congratulations to the South High School class of 2021. All right, we're at the moment. At this time, I would like to present our graduates. Will the members of the South Anchorage High School class of 2021 please rise? Dr. Bishop, the records have been examined, and I verify that the students seated before you have met the credit requirements for graduation from the Anchorage School District. It is my distinct pleasure to present to you the South Anchorage High School class of 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Allman. And on behalf of the Anchorage School District's administration, it is my sincere pleasure as well to accept this graduating class of 2021. And to our school board representative, Mrs. Lessons, I present to you this South Anchorage High School class of 2021.
On behalf of the Anchorage School District School Board, I accept the class of 2021 of South Anchorage High School.
All right, you may be seated now. Before we begin the roll call, we're going to need just a couple of minutes to move this large podium so that you can see your graduates walk across the stage. Graduates, as you are entering the stage or on the ramp, you are welcome to remove your masks to receive your diploma. We will be taking pictures on this side of the stage. I am happy to shake your hand, fist bump, or do none of the above, but I'm going to let you lead that. So if you stick your hand out, I'll shake it. You stick your fist out, I'll bump it. Whatever you feel necessary, or if you just need to walk by, that's fine as well. We would like the folks on the turf especially to try to stay in your seats. I know the temptation may be to run across that gap, but please hold it there. We do want to make sure that each graduate is fully recognized and that their name is called. So thank you in advance for honoring that request. Give us just 1 minute. We're going to move the podium, and then we will get started with roll call.
Samuel A. Ellenwood, summa cum laude, valedictorian. Grayson D. Shaw, summa cum laude, salutatorian. Nolan J. Quigley. Reina Mei C. Agtung. Joe A. Alsop. Oren X. Aragon Godfrey. Olin M. Aspengren, magna cum laude. Shadi H. Azam. Travis C. Baldwin, cum laude. Luke T. Baloo. David D. Bascom, summa cum laude. Dawson J. Beatty. Lotus Becker, magna cum laude. Mari A. Becker. Franklin M. Benigno. Erica K. A. Beristoff. Francesca A. Bergstead, cum laude. Jared N. Bazona. Dawson L. Bjorgen, magna cum laude. Bria A. Bjork. Mara K. Black, summa cum laude. Taylor E. Block. Samantha B. Bonilla, cum laude. Noah R. Bauer. Nunta K. Butsamsi. Andrew R. Buckendorf, magna cum laude. Lynn T. Bowie, summa cum laude. Hazel R. Birch, summa cum laude. Alexandrite Burrell. Brady R. Burrow, magna cum laude. Javier A. Carballo Flor, magna cum laude. Julian Q. Carlin. Chloe R. Case. Madeline G. Cassens, summa cum laude. Marion E. Cedino, cum laude. Benjamin D. Chaput. Kira H. Chase, magna cum laude. Cole B. Chatwell. Aubrey J. Chang, summa cum laude. Summer A. Chang, magna cum laude. Hannah E. Christian. Kylan M. Clifford. Adam Concepcion. John P. Cooley. Riley Ruth Cravens, summa cum laude. Emma C. M. Crawford, cum laude. Josephine G. Crawford, cum laude. Nathan I. Curfey. Kellen V. Curtis, magna cum laude. Amy M. Custard. Trinity H. Daigle. Jeffrey N. Dana. Griffin G.J. Davies Wilkasik. Bernadette F. DeLara, magna cum laude. Samuel L. Deacon. Hannah L. Deal. Colton S. DeBerard. Carson R. Decker. Joya G. Dedmore. Haley J. DeLesline. Sarah DeBrovra, cum laude. Phelan F. L. Doran. Victoria J. Dutton. Ava R. Earl, summa cum laude.
Kayla M. Earnshaw. Hannah J. Eder. Linnea Edwardson. Abe K. Eklund. Etta D. Ekeluk. Madison L. Ellis. Congrats, girl. Jacob J. Endicott, summa cum laude. Gwendolyn O. Erickson. Matthew S. Etheridge, cum laude. Brett R. Evans, cum laude. Bryn J. Fabic. Shahan L. Faralan Taylor. Hallie Farrow. Ryder Q. Felton. Joshua D. Fickus. Benjamin P. Fisher, summa cum laude. Leah M. Fletcher. Kyler L. Forth, cum laude. Madeline E. Fouts, summa cum laude. Anthony M. Frank. Emma N. Freiberg, summa cum laude. Sierra C. Freiberg, magna cum laude. Simone H. Bussey, summa cum laude. Trevor J. Gann. Renee I. Garland. Gianni B. Garner. Graydon Gerondale. Tristan J. Gifford, magna cum laude. Maya C. Gill. Benjamin J. Giron. Peja J. Gittimer. Savannah M. Gonzalez LeBaron. Grant W. Goodman. Mackenzie K. Green, summa cum laude. Riley J. Gregg. Connor R. Grease. Nathaniel C. Gross. Emery A. Haberman, summa cum laude. Eric H. Hamann. Nevada G. Hansen. Jackson W. Harmon, cum laude. Thomas J. Hartman, summa cum laude. Quincy E. Hartwell. Olive H. Heatwell, summa cum laude. Colin G. C. Headland. Sydney G. Headland, cum laude. Trinity A. Heine, summa cum laude. Brian Hernandez. J. Emily M. Hickox, summa cum laude. Grace. Mary Grace Hoover, summa cum laude. Colin P. Horrigan. I got you, girl. Lakaya D. S. Houchins. Cameron M. Hauser, cum laude. Wyatt J. Hittle. Kylie D. Hurd. Loke Z. C. Yese. Claire Eam. Alice S. Imamoto, summa cum laude. So our next announcer, I can keep going. Oh, it is.
Reese C. Ivanoff. Brendan T. Jagels. Quinton A. James. Max A. Jameson. Anna B. Johnson, summa cum laude. Asher F. Johnson, magna cum laude. Sabrina L. Jolin. Alexia T. Jorgensen, cum laude. Hannah E. Joyner, magna cum laude. Savannah A. Kenny. Calvin R. Kern, summa cum laude. Mohammed A. Khan, summa cum laude. Nathan R. Kiefer. Jasmine R. Keister Durant. Elizabeth G. Kilby, summa cum laude. Carolyn G. Koska. Hannah R. Krott, summa cum laude. William B. Krisman. Isaac M. Kavokov, magna cum laude. Shyla E. Lacey, cum laude. Carly I. Lamont. Eric A. Lagland, magna cum laude. Clara J. Lance. John D. Lawrence V. Quentin A. Leaphart, cum laude. Calvin S. Lee. Cody P. Lee, cum laude. Natea E. Lee, summa cum laude. Jacob O. Leffler, summa cum laude. Piper A. Lightwood, summa cum laude. Kendra M. Little. Madison N. Lafredo, cum laude. Adrian Lopez Cortez. Connor M. Lowe. Isaac A. Lujan. Isabel A. Lucas, magna cum laude. Savannah V. Lund, summa cum laude. Logan J. Maddox, summa cum laude. Landon L. Maloney. I'll get it right here. Dylan C. Maltby. Eliza Manrique, cum laude. Janelle M. Marcelino Searles, summa cum laude. Rylan K. Markham, cum laude. Sydney L. Marshall. Emily E. Martins. Margaret Martins. Mark H. Marum. Noel I. Mattingly, summa cum laude. Nico F. Mayo, summa cum laude. Jaden K. D. Mayer, cum laude. Catherine I. McCameron. Finn G. McLaughlin. Molly D. McLaughlin, summa cum laude. Emma G. McMillan, cum laude.
Gavin T. Mellon. Gerald A. Michael III. Connor I. Miller. Kai B. Minor, summa cum laude. Bryson J. Monrian. Cooper B. Moore. Jackson M. Moore. Mackenzie J. Moore, summa cum laude. Trevor W. Moose. Benjamin G. Morgan. Ethan L. Mosteler. Brian A. Moat, magna cum laude. Camille E. Muller. William D. Murphy, magna cum laude. Jasper C. Nanestad. Maximus H. Nanestad. Brooklyn L. Nassik. Elizabeth R. Neeser. Sophia G. Newberger, summa cum laude. Leela A. Newman. Brooke M. Nichols. Andre A. Nicola, Jr. Bryson M. Noble, cum laude. Paige L. Noble, summa cum laude. Elizabeth A. Novakovich, summa cum laude. Jasmine A. Nove. Brian Ochoa. Madeline L. O'Connor, cum laude. Aiden D. Olson, summa cum laude. Marcos Pacheco. Beatrice Paolini from Italy. Ethan A. Parawan. Natalia Parawan. Gabriel B. Parrish, magna cum laude. Lauren E. Parsons. Shane C. Patty. Grace K. Palat, magna cum laude. Thomas M. Pease, summa cum laude. Chloe M. Perez, cum laude. Mary Alice R. Petrash, cum laude. Sophia A. Pfister, cum laude. Misty M. Piachanthroff. Isabel R. Phillips, cum laude. Matthew E. Phillips. Zachary B. Phillips. Julissa Isabel Ponsavang. Delaney A. Pearson, cum laude. Quinn P. Porter. Nicholas J. Potton, cum laude. Catherine V. Pugh, cum laude. Caden R. Reed. Caden J. Rhodes, magna cum laude. Zachary D. Repetu. Talbot S. Robinson, cum laude. Casey J. Romspert, magna cum laude. Jonathan Rose. Tiana C. Ross, magna cum laude. Jasper M. Rigg. Joseph W. Reseth, magna cum laude.
Ishan S. Sangha. Kinsey A. Shilkey, summa cum laude. Carly B. Schmutz. Thomas G. Schubauer, magna cum laude. Aiden J. Schubert, magna cum laude. Alexa J. Schubert, summa cum laude. Jaylene R. Sakona. Sophia Saleh. Joseph P. Sarah Jr. Maeve M. Settle, summa cum laude. Natasha O. Shelbourne. Short, summa cum laude. Ella R. Silverman, summa cum laude. Elizabeth A. Smith. London N. Smith. Maddox F. Solon. Ethan J. Staples. Colton M. Stein. Peyton T. Subich, summa cum laude. Adira M. Sullivan. Micah L. Sullivan. Caitlin L. Swain, summa cum laude. Chloe M. Sweet. Tiana G. Swersinski, cum laude. Maya K. Siren. Gabriel M. Severson. Bahi B. Tallman, summa cum laude. Paige M. Tatalius, cum laude. Mai L. Tao, cum laude. Madison L. Thompson, magna cum laude. Cameron A. Turpak, summa cum laude. Jamie M. Tolan. Madeline G. Treywick, magna cum laude. Alyssa Tucker. Tia L. Turvey, magna cum laude. Clara A. Unger, summa cum laude. Rosemary G. Unger. Lillian S. Van Brunt, summa cum laude. Amanda M. Van Flyne, cum laude. Kaylee N. Vandehey, magna cum laude. Lily A. Vandehey, magna cum laude. Chris K. M. Vang. Chichana Wonsonet. Estelita M.S. Waters, magna cum laude. Ryan M. Watson. Layla C. Weber Thomas. Alexander J. Wiley. Lucas A. Wilkins. Owen M. Williams. Marina M. Witherell, summa cum laude. Tatum E. Warner. Jeremiah J. Womack. Eric J. Woodall. Orion T. Woods. Jeffrey Wu, magna cum laude. Ariana M. Wyansky, magna cum laude. Kevin K. Xiong. AJ G. Yabut. Angelina L. Young, cum laude. Lucy E. Young, summa cum laude. Dessa E. Zaccaro. Joseph E. Zemba. Jaden L. Zemba, magna cum laude. Dawson E. Zoltz.
All right, then if Sam, Grayson, and Nolan can make their way back up here, we will do the turning of the tassel ceremony. All right, guys, come back up on stage for me, and we'll do the concluding moments. All right, everyone. As soon as we do the tassel ceremony, you're welcome to throw your caps, but look to pick it up. And then all of our guests today, if we can wait until the graduates proceed out, then we will follow them out of the stadium, and you are more than welcome to take pictures in this adjacent field, and we do have a photo backdrop up by the gym entrance, so feel free to use that, but we'll follow the graduates out. Here we go. Graduates, bring it in. There we go.
All right, we're at the bottom. Graduates, please rise. On the count of 3, we will all move our tassels.
We're all counting, yeah?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Congratulations!
Woo! Ow, ow! Congratulations, graduates. At this time, we are going to ask you to follow your faculty steward out. We'll start in the front row. So if Ms. Seward and Ms. Neff will start, we will follow them out. Parents and families, sit still if you can, and we'll follow the graduates out after they're out.